Peace, love, and light. Peace, love, and light. This video will be angels and motherships and a little bit more. This is a book by Dean Koontz. It's called The Eyes of Darkness. Okay? That's the cover. Okay? We're just going to read a little bit. Okay, it says, in around 2020, a severe pneumonia-like illness will spread throughout the globe, attacking the lungs and bronchial tubes and resisting all known treatments. Almost more baffling than the illness itself will be the fact that it will suddenly vanish and quickly as it arrived, attacking again 10 years later and then disappearing completely. Okay? That's just one of the pages in the book. Then we go here. We zoom in. Li Chen defected to the United States carrying a diskette record of China's most important, dangerous new biological weapon in a decade. They call this stuff Wuhan 400 because it was developed at their rDNA labs outside the city of Wuhan. And it was 400th viable strain of man-made microorganisms created at that, research center. Okay. Wuhan 400 is a perfect weapon. It inflicts only human beings. No other living creatures carry it. It's like syphilis. Wuhan can survive outside a living human body for longer than a minute, which means it can permanently contaminate objects for an entire place in way of anthrax and other virulent microorganisms can. Now, this is the date that book came out. Publication date. May 10th, 1981. Okay? So understand that, folks. Wuhan 400 is a perfect weapon. This isn't a novel, my people. A book by an author named Dean Koontz. He always writes about supernatural stuff. He even had a movie called The Watchers by Dean Koontz. So understand what I'm showing you. It says they call this stuff Wuhan 400 because it was developed at their rDNA labs outside the city of Wuhan. Understand that. It's the 400th viable strain of man-made microorganisms created at that research center. Okay? Again, in 2020, a severe pneumonia-like illness will spread throughout the globe, attacking the lungs and bronchial tubes and resisting all known treatments. You see that, people? They said it's going to come back every 10 years and show up and vanish like that. That's the book, folks. So this is predictive programming. Take it for what you will. Motherships and angels. Okay? Check this out. Okay? Planet ship Nibiru. Okay? I mean, it's clear to see. I mean, I don't know how many times I've showed things like this, Shout out I Am Goddess for sending this in. Giant circular object in our atmosphere. Not a sun, not a moon. I mean, you can almost see the detail in the craft, but this part is very telling. It shows right up. I'll pull down the light so you can see that giant ring. There we have it. I'll show you the original shot and pull the light down so you can clearly see it. Almost perfect circle. I mean, it's humongous, folks. I mean, you see the trees, the power lines, the poles that the power lines hang over. Look how big this thing is. Shout out I Am Goddess for sending this in. I mean, it looks like the Nibiru mothership to me. But moving on. Let's get down to the business, folks. In the teaser, I showed this giant winged creature that was in our atmosphere. I'm going to let the autofocus catch up. And they've been tampering with a lot of my videos, people. I've been getting the messages. I mean, I've been watching them myself, and you know, I understand. I know what's going on out here. It's okay though. We're gonna move forward, and I'm gonna show you that this is a giant bird entity, because here's his beak, here's his eye. I'll zoom out. You'll see his neck is elongated down, and when I zoom all the way out, you'll see the wings of the creature. And I'll pull down some light and let the focus catch up. Peace, love, and light. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, you can see, almost see the feathers in the wings of this thing. I mean, totally organic. And the detail in the face and the beak is, I mean, it's almost perfect. There's the eye, there's the beak, here's a giant head, and it looks like feathers or skin hanging off. I mean, it's a giant freaking bird. Unbelievable. And I'm not even going to tell you how this appears to be like a elongated head individual looking up at it, like standing in a tree. But I mean, maybe that's a whole nother story. Moving on. Giant ship, plain sight. This was filmed in Italy. Shout out Lucid Vertigo. Okay, this picture right here is, I mean, it's amazing. It speaks for itself. Let's just go into some of this structure to show you that this is geometric design, shape, and structure. Nature cannot make this. This is a organic vessel, organic and machine. And from my teaser video, I put the whole video in there to show you how this thing moved across the sky. I mean, you can see the reflective nature of it. I zoom out some more and go up here. Take a look. Pull down some light. I mean, just look at this, people. How can you get, I mean, this is design and detail and structure. And the way this thing was moving across the sky, unbelievable. And of course, we always have entities and beings always in the background somewhere. Always. Zoom out some more. Strange looking faces. Show you this entity right here that appears to be a dragon with a fish tail. Here's the head of the entity. You see his body looks just like a fish. I'll zoom in on the face to show you that this is an entity, a living creature. You see his head. You see his giant ear. It's folded back. It's aerodynamic. And you see the sleekness of the body, the curve in the spine, and the eyeball, of course, coming around. And then when we go into the tail section, you'll see this is the tail of a fish. I mean, look at this. And look at the colors that are coming off of it. Every color of the chakra of the human body. This is a living creature, people. Look at that. Unbelievable stuff. Moving on, another picture. Showed this one from the teaser with the giant face being projected. We have the eyes, nose, mouth, strange looking appendage coming off the top of the head. I have this one that's in a highlighted format, so we'll go back to that one. Again, strange mother craft flying through the sky. And I want to show y'all something, folks. This is the eye of the actual creature right here itself. I'll zoom in on it to show you, like, this is like a giant living vessel, a giant living being. Here's the eye of it. The only thing I can akin this to is a giant whale. And when you saw it moving through the sky, it moved very organic. Let's see if we have another shot, a clearer shot of the eye. It's in further sections, but I'll just hold that there for perspective. and show you all the entities that are standing on top of the craft. This creature appears to have some type of helmet on with horns sticking out the side. Here's his face. You can see the gold part of his crown or helmet, arms and body. Zoom out. Okay, we're going to move forward. This craft right here is the same, but projecting faces right here. I'll zoom in on them to show you perfect eyes, nose, mouth gaped open. This face right here, eyes, nose, mouth closed, strange looking head, and this is emanating inside of the craft. Seeing is believing. I mean, that's clearly nostrils and a mouth open. I'll zoom out for perspective. And I'll even rotate the picture to show you. Looks like the giant heads of Easter Island. We got tons of people that doubt my abilities, but I'm consistently bringing you videos that's showing you supernatural anomalies, things that can't be coincidence, or just what you believe as clouds making strange formations in the sky. That's pure ignorance. You really need to look in the mirror, wake up. Weird looking entity over here, face here, face here, face there. I'll just hold it in, pull down the light so it can resonate to you. Full picture for perspective. You see the faces right there with the mouth open, the nose, other face right next to it. Moving on. Same shot. Entities and beings inside of the craft. Trying to find a clear picture of that eye again. But this is it right here, folks. One there and one there. This is a living being. When I tell you it's alive, here's the eye from here. And just look at the structure of this craft, folks. This is a machine and a living organism all in one. I'll take you to the top part of this craft to show you this detail. This is a hard right angle, people. There's no way in the world that can be just some type of cloud formation making these type shapes, geometric shapes. Use your mind and think about what I just said. And even from here, you see the eye of this giant beast / vessel. This is for the naysayers and people that doubt what I do. Not for long. Moving on. Here's pictures of some of the angels. Shout out Colorado Skywatch. Always has great footage. This is a far away shot. And you see the entity here, and there's also something here and also something here. Okay? This is in the blue, so it's blending in really good, but I'm giving you the basic shape of the craft right here. If you follow my wand. Entity here and here. I'll zoom in to show you the face of the first angelic being. Okay? You see the wings, very organic. I mean, just, conducive with natural things that we understand how wings are supposed to look. Supposed to have bends and folds. And then when you look, you see the face of the entity right there. I'll hold it in, let it catch up, and pull down some light. Okay. This is a massive structure that's right below them right here. And there's a massive structure right here. I'm going to pull this one in and just hold it in tight. Pull the light back up to normal. And even with the light normal, you still see it. I'll pull it down. Okay. Moving on. This is one with highlight. And you still can see the massive structure that's perfectly cloaked. I mean, it almost looks like it's cutting one of the wings off of this creature right here. And then we'll zoom in on the entities, because the ones with the highlight come in even clearer. And there it is, folks. You see the arms extending out to one another. And this is the head of the creature. Here's the other wing on this side and the one in the foreground. And here it's his body right here, folks. Seeing is believing. The bigger creature right here reaching out. And then you see the person standing here in all white with the afro. I'll pull down the light so there could be no doubt, just the focus. Here's his head, hair, wearing a white garment. There it is. Sitting right behind these angelic beings. I'll zoom out for perspective to show you where he is. Right here. And you see the giant winged creature there and there. Let's see if we can pull the face in on this entity right here. That's the face right there, folks. And it extends down right here. I'll zoom in the best I can. You see it? Looks like the face of a man with a giant handlebar mustache. And he has something on top of his head. See his nose poking out right there. Moving on. Even clearer shot, folks, with some highlight. Now, let's go into this situation back here. Now, just take a look at that, folks. I mean, just understand what you're looking at. You're looking at an angel with his wings completely folded open. Here's his body. Here's the arms. These are the wings. And it has an entity sitting on its wing. I'll zoom in. This is the angel right here with his wings open. And he has another entity sitting right on his shoulder. I'll zoom in on him. You see the face of this creature right here? Just take a look, folks. It's no one on YouTube doing what I do. I'm just bringing it to you 100% real. I see things, all types of things, feel things, sense things. You know, that's just what it is. Peace, love, and light. And I'll just hold that in and pull the light down to show you how massive this creature is. And I have to pull the light down to show you the body of it because it's totally illuminated. Then we have this other strange bird-like entity that's right next to him. You can't tell me this doesn't look like a giant chicken. And look at the face on this thing. Eyes, strange-looking appendage I'd call a beak. Okay? If it quacks like a duck, you do the math. Okay? Some of the craziest pictures I've ever seen, and I've seen all types of crazy from A to Z. And this is one without the illumination, without the contrast. Look at this, folks. I mean, this is like a cavity inside of this thing right here. A opening. Look at the wings going out. I mean, people don't even understand what type of stuff is going on around here or up there. I mean, no clue. I don't even think people can even look at this stuff and describe it because it's so out there. Look at this, folks. I'll zoom in on that. That is a serious hole and a chicken or bird looking entity. Unbelievable. Again, on top of the pyramid mound, folks, this is a screenshot to show you that this is a physical object, and it's a vector shape or V shape or pyramid, okay? And look at the creature that's standing on top of it. You see his mouth open, his nose, his horns, okay? His body with more crazy faces attached to him. I'll just hold that in there. Zoom out. I mean, you see the detail in the ship. It's right there. It's just cloaked in this mist that you've been told are clouds. That's all. Just another lie on top of lie. Just compound lies. That's all there is down here. And it's a crazy looking rainbow effect taken like right here in this shot right here. It's not coming through too clear on the video, but I'm doing the best I can do. Moving on, one with highlight. Okay, then we see the strange looking rainbow or colors that were right next to it. It's coming up now. Just another entity. Looks like a lizard. You see his eye, his head, front of his mouth. And then we come down here and we see the entity with the horns on top and the strange looking face that's right below him. Look at the detail that's under this mist. That's a pattern, folks. Can't be in a cloud. Just think about what I said. It's not hard. Use your own mind. Stop trying to debate me with stuff you learned in elementary school and high school. It won't work. That's just nonsense. That's regurgitation. Don't be a parrot. Use your own mind. This is where I must get my name from, because my name was given to me. Riz Qarians, and I'm known as Riz. My brother Dua Ankh put this video up on YouTube. The sound wasn't very clear, but the visuals were 100%. And I'm constantly seeing white-haired men in all white garments and beards. Okay? It's not hard to put together. Free sunscreen, folks. The ozone layer is being removed. It's removing all darkness from this realm. Free sunscreen. Shout out Kurt Washington Jr. for sending this in. Okay? Look at this, folks. Stop and block. Free sunscreen. Donated from the Skin Surgery Center. Press a button and lather yourself up because UVA, B, and C is dreadful. This is the one with the highlight, folks. Look at that face. Eyes, nose, mouth. And this entity right here really takes the cake. Here's his tail. Here's his body and arms reaching out to this craft. Here's his neck. Strange looking wings, and he has an entity that's attached to him right here. I'll zoom in on it. This crazy looking entity right here. You see it has the trunk of an elephant. Here's his eyes. It has an appendage sticking up out of his head. And here's the pink part or top part of his head and the golden part of his body. And it's attached to this entity right here. I'll zoom in on the face to show you that it's a creature. Okay? Elongated neck, head, mouth, eye. And it's another entity right next to him. You see him, he's in all gold. Here's his mouth, here's his eye, head. And this creature right here, here's his wing folded back. Everything I just said is there. I'm going to zoom that out and let it resonate. If you have a problem with anything I do, screenshot it and stare at it and thank me later. Organic entity. I mean, look at this, like a serpentine motion. Creature, legs, face. Look at how the body moves. Here's the face of the creature right here. You see it? Beak, eyes, strange looking blue crown or helmet on top of his head. And how does something move like this? Unbelievable. Entities and beings standing behind him, around him, over top of him. I mean, you can see the face on this creature right here. It looks like some type of cat being. C-A-T. Cat. Yeah. That's a common theme when I'm looking deep into these vessels, folks. See all types of lion beings, bird beings, humans, a mix of everything. Can't make it up, folks. Again, with the angel, super dope shot right here because the face is ultra clear. If you never saw an angel, tell them Riz Muerte showed you. Because there's going to come a time they're going to ask you about me. Trust me when I tell you. I'm not here by accident. I didn't fall down here. I didn't fall and hit my head and lose my memory. See this? That's the body of the creature, of the angel. The wings and everything. And this entity right here is reaching out. And then look how clear the entity's face is that's coming off the angel. Showed this in the teaser. Elongated neck, black eyes, head, and is wearing something on top of his head. I'll zoom in tight on the face for the spiritually blind. Okay? You know my favorite saying is seeing is believing. And right next to him, you see this demonic looking being, horn, man face, giant muscular body, right next to the creature. I'll zoom out for perspective. You see him? I'll zoom in on his face so there could be no doubt. You're looking at a beast with one horn sticking out of his head, nose and mouth. Circling his face for the blind. And I'll zoom out. See him right next to the elongated neck entity? He's right here. Here's his body. When I zoom out, see it even clearer. See his face? Enough said. Peace, love, and light. The giant wing entity again. Detail and color in the wings. This is the full color shot. You still can see the bird beak and face. Detail in the feathers. Different color. Look at this, folks. Definitely a head. Looks like a lizard being. Detail in the skull and everything. Eye, slit in the mouth, head going backward, skull shape. Unbelievable, folks. This is the bird I showed in the teaser. I mean, look at the shape of it. Peace, love, and light. Angels and motherships. More to come. More to come. Peace, love, and light. We're going to ride home with this shot of the angel. Shout out again, Colorado Skywatch, for the great footage. Footage that I can show people of these living entities that they are real and exist. And you need to wake up. Peace.